All right, so it's George, a professional biz coach. Hey, so man, check this out. I stumbled across this um request for quotation as I'm doing my daily search, and I wanted to basically look at the requirements of this particular request for quote. Um, it's the agency is the U.S. Border and Protection, so U.S. Border Patrol and Customs. All right, and they're requesting kennel services, so I'm like, okay, let me dig into this thing real quick and see if I can determine what's going on. So it's a total small business set aside. It's a veterinarian animal care product service. The NEIS code is 812910, pet care, veterinarian services. And this is in California. So I'm like, okay, well, let me see. This is a um, this combined synopsis solicitation for commercial prepared in accordance with supplement of additional information, including the notice. This announcement constitutes the only solicitation. Proposals are being requested, and a written solicitation will not be issued. Okay, so they basically just telling us that this notice will be the only notice that's going to come out for this. The solicitation number here. Um, I'm just kind of skimming through. I don't sit here and try to read everything because it'll take me forever. I only spend about a good maybe 15 minutes, if that, reviewing each contract. And you really want to develop like some really um methods to not spend a lot of time with trying to filter through all these documents. The only thing that I want to make sure that you do pay attention to is when you first see the proposal, you get when it's due. That's the date. The date is the 14th. So we got a little bit of time. Today is the 31st. So I got a little bit of time to see if I'm going to pursue this contract here. Then I look for the actual place of performance where it's located. And then I'll start doing some connections there in that location to look for some subs. Then I'll go and briefly read the description as I was doing. I was just basically trying to pick out key things, keywords that kind of will help me to know that I'm even qualified. Because oftentimes they'll lay out in the description what um, the actual contract is, a like what set aside is this. So if it's an open market set aside, if it's a small business, large business, if it's set aside for socially disadvantaged businesses. So it's going to basically have all that information in the description. So that's why I go and I make sure that I'm even qualified, or if I even want to pursue it. So I just pretty much just skim through it, and I don't pursue anything that I don't see the value in it for me. Okay, but with this right here, this is a 5-year period of performance. So that's a 5-year contract. Their offers evaluation would be based on factor number 1, management facility capabilities and technical approach. Factor 2, past performance, specialized experience. And then factor number 3 is price and cost. So this basically tells me that they have a evaluation criteria, which will pretty much evaluate your management, your capabilities, your technical approach, your past performance, any specialized experience that you have, as well as the cost. Let's see. So again, this is a Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol contract. Firm fixed price, which means that the price will be fixed. It will not change throughout the duration. This is a blanket purchase agreement for procurement of killing services. So counseling services, that's canine operations. So yeah, it's like a good one right here. So the current requirement is for 8 to 12 canines, and this will be a good opportunity to tap into a market that I haven't even done before. I haven't done this type of service before, so it'd be interesting to add this to my capabilities, because in the government contracting, you can very well do that. You can do other markets outside of what you originally signed on. The only thing that you have to ensure is that when you review the description, when you review the classifications, you have to make sure it matches your NICS codes. You have to make sure that in the description it's a open market small business set aside, because sometimes it may be a veteran owned, and then if it's a veteran owned set aside, then you wouldn't qualify for that, because if your business is not a veteran owned or a woman owned. Okay, so you'll oftentimes have to make sure that you can even bid on it, because this opportunity may not be you may not be qualified again. Okay, I don't want to beat a dead horse with that, but you know, don't want to spend a lot of time trying to, read through all of this content or all this material. I mean, I think this thing probably has over, when I get to the statement of work, it'll probably be over 100 pages of information. So do I want to spend all my day trying to decipher through something when I'm not even qualified for it? So no, I'll spend, like I said, a good, breeze through all of the important stuff to make sure I'm qualified. And if I like what I see, then I'll go up here and I'll follow it. I'll hit follow. I'll download it. Then I'll put it in one of my files that I have for all of my different contracts. No, that's not the right folder. For all of my different contracts. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we? Okay, here's some contracts I have for the year already that I've already started bidding on. Then I have a whole folder of all of my other contracts. Okay. But that's a pretty much I gotta get like a hard drive, like a terabyte or something, because I got a lot of historical information in here. I got a lot of stuff. Anyway, we ain't on that right now. We on this. So anyway, I go and I find the date, make sure the date is good. So that's 2 weeks. And again, I'll look at the NICS code, make sure I'm qualified to do it. I'm looking in the description, making sure what type of set aside this is. This is for a veteran owned, woman owned. This is actually open market, small business set aside. So 5-year contract. And I'm going to go ahead and start getting together my proposal and start getting in contact with the contracting agency, submitting this for this before the suspense date. And that's pretty much it. But this is one for, like, this is what I love about government contracting. Again, like you can make a significant amount of capital growth for your business. Like when I originally started in government contracting, from where I was doing commercial, because I started residential cleaning, then I went to commercial cleaning. But when I went to government contracting, it like 300 times my business in invoices a month, because I was doing pretty well in the commercial industry. I had a pretty good thing going on in the commercial industry. But when I got into government contracting, like one contract that I was awarded was over all of the 10. I think I had 10 commercial contracts at the time when I first got my first government contract. And that one government contract was way more than the 10 invoices that I was receiving on a monthly basis. So I was like, yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm good. So I got into government contracting and I haven't looked back. All right. So I hope y'all found this content, this information valuable here on SAM.gov, where I just pretty much just took a